Let's talk about Resident Evil Village on PlayStation 5 versus PlayStation 5 Pro. This is a cross-gen game that also released on Xbox One and PS4, so it's nothing too groundbreaking in terms of graphics. I guess it still looks decent though, but when you do turn on ray tracing in this game, the PS5 struggles with pretty significant FPS drops. So is the PS5 Pro actually gonna clean that up and make the game run better? Will it actually make the game look better as well? Let's do some side-by-side comparisons. The main graphic settings on both the PS5 and PS5 Pro is really that ray tracing toggle. You can also turn HDR on or off. For this comparison, I have it turned on at all times. Here I'm comparing the two consoles with ray tracing turned off. You can see how it all looks exactly the same. Both consoles run fairly close to that target 4K resolution while targeting 60 FPS. There's no visual or graphic differences at all between the regular PS5 and the PS5 Pro. Even when you turn ray tracing on, the side-by-side comparison shows exactly the same thing really. To be fair, the ray tracing in this game isn't much to be proud of to begin with. It adds in better shadows and lighting, but most people aren't even going to notice any difference when they're actually playing. Now, the professionals at Digital Foundry claim the PS5 Pro improved ray tracing shadows and reflections, especially in indoor areas. I didn't notice that at all. Both the regular console and the PS5 Pro look exactly the same. If you're wondering what ray tracing off and on looks like, here it is on the PS5 Pro. You can clearly see the difference in terms of ray tracing, lighting, and reflections here. Where the PS5 Pro does have an advantage is the frame rate. With ray tracing turned off, even the regular PS5 runs really well. There's no FPS drops or performance issues, just some extremely rare screen tearing the odd time you get, but it's barely noticeable and it's really rare. PS5 Pro does clean up those rare cases as well. The big difference between the two consoles is when you turn ray tracing on. Standard PS5 struggles here, especially during this outdoor stage where there's all kinds of water around you. Drops into the high 40s are common on the regular console. The Pro is a lot better, pretty much a solid locked 60 FPS even with ray tracing turned on. So that's where the big advantage of the Pro is. When you turn and play with that ray tracing turned on, you'll get a lot better in terms of FPS and performance. That's not the only thing PS5 Pro is good at. You now get an exclusive high frame rate toggle. It's only available if you have the PS5 Pro and if you have a 120Hz compatible display like this LG C4. Keep in mind the resolution and graphic quality does drop a little bit in this high frame rate mode. You'll likely get around 1440p instead of the usual 4K target, but the frame rate, the FPS counter is essentially unlocked. In fact, with ray tracing turned off, the game pretty much runs at 120 FPS on the PS5 Pro. When ray tracing is turned on, FPS is slightly lower, averaging around 80 FPS indoors, but there are drops to below 70 FPS during some high demanding areas like you see here. I'm sure if Capcom wanted, they can implement this high frame rate mode on the regular PS5, at least when you have ray tracing turned off. But for now, you're gonna need to spend the extra money on a PS5 Pro to play at those ultra high frame rates. Honestly though, for a single player game like this, anything higher than 60 isn't really required, so I don't see the value in PS5 Pro here, except for that improved and more stable performance when you have ray tracing turned on. But is that really worth the extra $200 and worth upgrading? Probably not for most people. And that's what you need to know about Resident Evil Village on PS5 versus PS5 Pro. For the rest of the video, I have some more side-by-side gameplay, so check that out and let me know if you spot something that I missed.
I'm not looking at fish food. Damn. Stinks. Caught myself a big one.
Get out of here!
I'm coming, Rose.
You're like a goddamn cockroach! You think you can take me on? Fine. This will be my warm-up before I kill that bitch. Let's settle this. Man, a man. Your corpse will be another addition to my army! So this is the power of powerful love.
What the hell? Mia?
Truth hurts, don't it? Let me guess. You're thinking, take me out like the others, and then he gets to go and save Rose, right?
I'm healing my daughter.
Look, you got this all wrong. Don't let me talk. Shut your fucking hole! Sorry about that. Take a seat. Listen, Ethan, you're being played.
What are you talking about? You think this is a game?
I said sit! Lady, supersized bitch. Ugly ass psycho doll. An emeronic freak. Don't you get it? It's a test. To see if you're strong enough to be a part of Miranda's family.
I don't want to be a part of Miranda's family.
Neither did I, but here we are. And I'm next in line, right? Kill me, move up the chain. Well, fuck that!
I don't give a damn about your personal issues. I just want to fix my daughter.
So do I.